Welcome back to Before the Whistle. So Kyle Korver has officially been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do you think he's going to help them bring home a championship this year?
Yeah, I think this is a really good trade for the Cavaliers. They're a pretty deep team right now, especially in the forward position. You obviously have LeBron and Kevin Love, but then off the bench you have Jefferson and Fry. And the shooting guard position is a pretty weak position for the Cavaliers. You have J.R. Smith and you have Amon Shumpert and Liggins, but Kyle Korver coming off the bench or possibly starting depending on how good he plays. A three-point specialist would play key in Cleveland's offense.
Yeah, especially with J.R. hurt. I think he's going to come in, probably very likely start, at the least share a lot of minutes.
Especially, he'll definitely start before J.R. Smith comes back.
Yeah, in his absence. And I really think he's a better three-point shooter than J.R. Smith is.
Oh, yes.
And he's going to get a lot of open looks from Kyrie and LeBron.
Now, I think that when adding him, Cleveland's number one thing that I've noticed about them is they just have a lot of depth, and I think adding Kyle Korver really helps. Even though I might be wrong, he's 35.
Yes, 35.
He's 35, so he is old, but he's a 3-point specialist.
He's had a lot of seasons.
Ray Allen stopped playing when he was 38.
Yeah, so
and he was still,
he could play. He's got a couple more years, I think, in the tank, but he averaged good points down in Atlanta. I just think that he's going to come in. Possibly, I think if he plays good over this stretch that J.R. Smith is out, you could see Kyle Korver as a starter for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, we're talking about how old he was, but he also throughout his career, he still shoots 44% from the three-point line, which is incredible. And I think his three-point shooting is really going to help them this season and throughout the playoffs, especially.
And back to what Dawson said, I think if you see him come in and play good, average good minutes, a few assists here and there, some rebounds, you could see him make that start over J.R. Smith when he comes back.
Yeah, it's always good for a team to pick up a player like this. In my opinion, he's an elite player, especially for the Cavs when you're already very deep. And a guard is a position they really need. Not saying they don't have a great guard in J.R. Smith and Kyrie Irving, but they need depth in that position, and this really gives it to them.
I wouldn't go so far as to call J.R. Smith great.
Well, no.
He's good.
Well, no, he's
Kyle
a role
Korver,
player.
A three-point specialist is always a great thing to have.
Yeah. I think Kyle Korver coming to the Cleveland Cavaliers is going to really expand how they play because not only do you not have to watch LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love, but you have to watch Kyle Korver because more than likely he's going to be playing the wings. He's going to be playing outside of the three-point line, and you're going to be seeing LeBron James drive in, Kyrie drive in. They're going to dish it out to him. He's just going to be making threes all year long. I think that he's going to come in and really make an impact over the year. And I think when they do make the playoffs, because there's no doubt I don't think they make the playoffs this year, they're going to have a really deep run, if not win it.
Yeah, I do think they'll win the finals. But this is a shooters league right now in the NBA, and it's always great to add such a good shooter. I think he'll have a few big 3-pointers in the playoffs to really set them above the other teams.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about his 3-point shooting, but it's not just that. He can pass the ball around. He can shoot mid-range shots really well.
He's had a lot of experience.
Right, he's got a lot of experience. We talk about him being a 3-point specialist, but it's not just that. You're getting a full package here with Kyle Korver.
Yeah, I think like what Mads was saying earlier, the NBA now is a shooters league. Back in the day when LeBron was first coming into the league, it was more of a big man. They had Shaq and other Dwight Howard and people like that. But now you've seen centers start getting smaller and smaller because there's
Draymond Green.
Yeah, Draymond. There's shooters coming in that can shoot. There's centers. For instance,
it's almost unheard of.
Marcus Saul, he's 7 foot and he can shoot threes.
It's almost unheard of for a forward to not be able to shoot.
Yeah. Saying that, I think Kyle Korver coming in is just another person that Cleveland has that can just shoot the ball like anybody else on the team.
Yeah, I think he can be a real key to their success in the playoffs this year.
All right, yeah.
So now you know how we feel about Kyle Korver being traded to the Cavs. If you have your own opinion, make sure to put it down in the comments below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe.